What's up, everybody? I am joined here with Anna.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about all things bodybuilding competition, like prep and the ins and outs of it. Anna, tell them a little bit about you.
Okay, about me. Well, hello. I'm Anna. I am an NPC figure competitor. I am also assistant manager and marketing director of Supreme Nutrition here in Greenville.
Great supplement store.
Chick-fil-A of supplement stores.
Yeah.
Yes. That's pretty much me. That's it.
That's Anna.
That's me.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes.
Cool. So tell everyone a little bit about your experience with like bodybuilding competitions, like you yourself, like because you just did your second show.
I did. Yes.
Okay. So like I guess tell them what your experience has been throughout that, like what got you into it and why do you keep doing it?
Okay. So I'm just gonna spark note the first one. My first bodybuilding prep, it was actually my ex's coach.
Okay.
We met him down in Savannah and everything like that. We clicked. And classic, I got cheated on, so
classic.
I know. So I moved
That's
to
awful though.
and it's the way she goes. Again, blessing in disguise. I moved to Greenville and I was like, hey, I just need a plan. I need something to literally keep me on track because always been an athlete. And having a set plan, practices, games, what to eat, what not to eat.
Yeah.
That's what I like, that what kind of keeps me in control. So I was a tiny little one for my first show. Okay.
Tiny little one?
Tiny little one. I was like 129 on stage.
Oh my.
Yeah. So I definitely didn't have like the muscle maturity, but I wanted to do one, just be like, do I like it?
Yeah.
So, through the whole process, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with testing my mental abilities, testing how, dedicated I am or the motivation because like you've definitely heard those quotes, like motivation only lasts so long. Bodybuilding really tests that. Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
Seeing what my body can actually do and mental, I really do love bodybuilding because it really teaches you stuff that translates outside of bodybuilding, like with work, with your relationships, with your families and friends, how you hold yourself like accountable. Also, like it brought me so much confidence, within myself. Of course, everyone struggles with that sometimes. Yeah. But it definitely, like, I've never been more confident than starting bodybuilding. And then I just did my second show, which didn't really go as planned.
Go ahead and show the medal.
Okay.
This is the heavy metal.
This is heavy metal. Here, I'll do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Yes. I did the Charlotte Cup about 2 weeks ago, so it was definitely, honestly, it was a blessing in disguise, but it was definitely a learning curve, and it really showed me, like, who is actually supporting me and who is actually thinking for the best.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, explain how that show went.
Okay. So...
Don't have to be super detailed.
Yeah. We did a 16-week prep. So a longer one, so through Christmas, or like Easter and stuff like that, it didn't go well because I was not gaslit, but just led wrong. By my old coach. The thing is, like, with my old coach, since he helped me through the breakup, like, I was, like, emotionally bonded to him. And I didn't question anything. That's good for an athlete, but also can backfire.
Yeah.
Which it definitely kind of backfired with me with my last show. The whole prep, he literally gassed me up, saying I was, like, big enough. I had the shape, I had the leanness, I had everything to win overall, and we were going to get our pro card right after.
Telling you what you want to hear.
He was pushing me. I mean, I even, like, the thing is, like, as an athlete, and, like, in the sport, you have to be, like, open to criticism. I want people to tell me, Anna, you look like shit, or, like, Anna, you're not ready, you need to tighten up a little bit more, you need to do this, but he never did that. And it just really sucked. And it really sucks because, like, people that loved me saw what my coach was doing, but I was blindsided. I had those like I didn't see all the red flags. I didn't see anything.
They
I was
just
like,
going right by,
like
they,
whoosh,
they
you
look
know?
green.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know what that's green to me. You know, I'm colorblind.
Yeah.
So it was also really hard for like the people that care for me so much to watch me because they know how like what I was doing, and with the show, like fast forward to the show, I looked watery on stage because he's like I spelled over, a little bit. Like you feed burgers and waffles to bodybuilders that are like 2% body fat.
Yeah.
Okay, because they need it. They need to fill up. You don't do that to a figure competitor because we have a little bit more body fat. We are lean, you know, but we don't do that.
Yeah.
You do that after the show.
How do you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, the NPC photos came out, and I haven't even like I looked at one, and I didn't even look at the rest of them.
Really?
Because I hated how I looked.
Yeah.
You know, even the day of the show, I hated how I looked, but like even he was still gassing me up then. You know.
And, like, even though you get to, like, go through the process and, like, put yourself through the discipline and all that, and then stuff like this happens, like, how do you, not necessarily, like, how do you handle that, like, mentally, but, like, what do you feel? Like, because I know, like, going through that process, you're, like, it's still good because you're bettering yourself by, you know, becoming even more disciplined. But, like, when the result happens, like, how it did, like, do you look back and you're like, because I didn't regret anything with mine, and I don't think you should regret anything. You know, everything's like a lesson. But, like, how do you handle that?
So, I kind of handled it, well, the day after the show, there's a lot of emotions because Brandy talked to me, also another figure competitor, also physique, Brittany Hutchinson, I can never say her last name, reached out to me, you know, kind of like checking on me and everything like that, seeing if I was staying with my old coach, and you know, the night of, I didn't sleep, you know, because I was looking for anything that I did.
Yeah. And
what did I do that was wrong? Again, the day after, I found out I did nothing wrong, so it made me so upset. I was sad, I was angry, I was broke. I was just so many emotions that without Brandy there, like, I was bawling my eyes out in the car, you know, crying, and she was, like, holding my hand. Because, like, there's so many emotions, because you think, like, someone, like, actually truly cared about you, wanted you to do good, but they kind of messed you up, you know? Mm-hmm. So how I handled it is I could either kind of be like, oh, woe is me, I'm done with this sport. It was I could be the victim, which technically I was. I could definitely be the victim, but I kind of fell forward and just got back on the horse, honestly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The day after the show, me and Brandy were talking about coaches and stuff like that, and she mentioned Dusty. I know Dusty, he's an IFBB pro here in Greenville, and I messaged him literally the morning of Sunday, so the day after the show. Yeah. You know? And then me and Dusty talked for, like, maybe, like, 45 an hour, you know, minutes on the phone and everything like that, and he was asking me all these questions, what we were doing, you know, like, what's his plan, you know, what he thought about the show, you know, that was fantastic. And then his last thing, he's like, okay, I'm going to send you a little questionnaire. You can take some time to, like, look at it if you want to get started, you know, like, a couple days later. And I literally told him no. I was like, I'm going to pay you right now, and we're starting right now. Nice. Yeah. I don't want to be that person I want to keep myself accountable, you know? There's, like, I want to be someone that falls forward and just runs with it, you know? Yeah. So that's what kind of kept, like, that's how I handled it. Yes, it was rough in the beginning. But now, like, a week in, like, I just want to just go, you know? I want to get back on a plan. Yeah. Also, I wanted to have a coach so badly because, like, I'm being transparent with you guys and everything. I was transparent on my Instagram as well. Yeah, I like that story. Yeah. Post you did. So last year, I was never not hungry after the show. like, I was always, like, wanting food, you know? I wanted food that I binged, you know? I gained, like, 15, 20 pounds.
Like,
and,
right after?
Like, right after. You know, maybe 2 weeks out. You know, 2 weeks post-show. I was watery and everything. I had no relationship with food, and not to sound bad, but, like, my old coach even said, like, that's normal. And then I told Dusty that, and he's like, that is absolutely not normal. That is absolutely,
so,
like,
two totally different, like...
Totally different. And, like, Dusty, like, a weekend and everything, you saw my check-in and everything, with that post, I've only gained 2 pounds since stage weight, and I've never been, like, that was, like, the solid, like, I was like, I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
That was, like...
It's a big difference.
Yeah, to me, that was, like, I'm doing the right thing right now. So that's what kind of kept me going.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, because this was my first show, and...
How'd it go?
It was good. I honestly had a lot of fun. It was OCB, but, here's my 2 medals.
Look at that! You got 2.
Anna's dwarf mine.
No.
Was that how you say it?
Dwarf?
Hers dwarf mine?
Dwarf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Words.
Anyways, yeah, it was good. I did the men's classic physique, and I got 4th in debut and 5th in novice. So, didn't place in open, but if they gave out 6 awards, I would have gotten 6 because I was the one before the guy that was above me in novice or whatever. Anyways, I mean, it was...
Yeah, you looked fantastic on stage.
Thank you.
I wasn't there, but I definitely watched I was refreshing Instagram. And I was like, how is he doing?
I'm excited to see the professional pictures, like, from the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun, like, no regrets or anything. I thought, like, what was weird is I was just, like, nervous of, like, how I was going to feel the morning of the show. Like, am I going to feel, like, as beat as I've been feeling these past 2 weeks?
No.
And when I went to the store and we talked about it a little bit, like, that kind of, like, helped me out. Because I was, like, amped up. I wasn't really, like, nervous, which is weird to say because I feel like I get nervous and anxious over, like, anything I prepare for or whatever.
Oh, same. My lips start quivering a little bit.
Yeah. So that was cool. I'm sure the double shot of black espresso helped and the carb up.
Probably.
But I mean, everybody was like super awesome and cool. Like the sportsmanship was great. Everybody backstage, like, it was as if like we all knew each other for like
That's
years.
what people think, like outside of the sport. People think that bodybuilders are literally the most stuck up people ever. I met the nicest people, like you, through bodybuilding. Welcome.
You too.
That was your only compliment today.
Yes. You guys all witnessed that.
There's always one. But I met the nicest and the most, like, genuine people that actually care about you through bodybuilding. Yeah. You know? So, like, backstage people, they only want what's best for you. Yeah. So. Everybody was just, like, even with the equipment, like, everybody brought their own dumbbells and stuff. Even though they said on there was going to be... There's never equipment back there. Yeah. So, yeah, so anyways, we were all just, like, sharing each other's stuff, and, like, kind of, like, helping each other, like, posing and all that. So it was just a good time. Even on stage, like, Evan, he's the guy I worked out with 4 weeks out. And I knew him, like, obviously before this. Like, we, at some parts of the, I think it was novice or open, where we were, like, next to each other on stage, and we were like, what's up, man? And we were just having a good time. There was, like, no... I mean, of course, there was some, like... anticipation. Yeah, and like, what do you call it? Not like where you're very eager. Where it's competitive. Okay, yes. I mean, there's that to an extent, I guess, but it wasn't like mean. No. Everybody knew, like, they want to give it their all, but everybody also was, like, supporting each other. So yeah, I had a really great first experience, which made me think of, like, because during prep I was like, I don't think I'm gonna do this again at all. But then, because the goal was just to just go through it one time, I wanted to put my body through the test and see how it goes. I love that. Yeah. Yeah. So the goal was never like, I'm going to continue this, and now after all that, you're like, wait a minute. I know, and everybody was telling me, like, once you get on stage, once you go through, you're gonna like be like, oh, I missed the stage. I can't wait to. I can't wait for the stage. And I was like, I don't know. And then you got off stage, and you're like, I want to go back. Yeah, I was like, that was so much fun, and like, I don't know. Of course, adrenaline helps too, and then having family and everybody there. So if I do it again, like, it'll probably be like 2 years because I kind of want to like build up my back a little bit more, get a little wider lats and. Upper chest, some ab work, but
No, I feel like I'm happy like how it went, but
That's good.
I think, and you could probably attest to this, that it's more than just a bodybuilding competition with prep. Like I feel like it's an eye opener for everything. Like one, obviously food.
Yes.
Everywhere you look, like obviously, like before this, I already thought, this nation obviously is very fast food,
very
obese,
fast food oriented. Yes.
So, but during prep, it like made me
it opens up your eyes.
Everywhere I looked on Instagram commercials, it's like a donut commercial or something.
Don't get me started about those donut commercials.
so that, and then I don't know. It just makes you, I don't know, push harder through other things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it makes you, because like I think it's a pretty hard process.
It really is. Honestly, like, this is just me. I don't recommend this to, like, newbies in the gym at all, of course, because I want them to build an actual foundation and everything like that. But, like, if you've been working out, like, 5, 6, 7 years, and you're like, I don't want to, I don't know what to do, like, now, I always suggest a bodybuilding prep.
Yeah. And it's been like 5 years since I've been working out consistently.
Yeah. Like I always suggest bodybuilding prep because it just really tests your whole limits, or even just a powerlifting meet, literally something to like challenge you.
Yeah.
Not just going to the gym and you're like, okay, cool, got my dumbbell curls in, like that's it.
Pump.
We gotta pump and like let's go.
Yeah.
So, like powerlifting meet or like a bodybuilding prep, literally a CrossFit competition. I would never do that, by the way.
Me neither.
Okay.
But anything, yeah.
But anything just to like test your limits, because like I said earlier, it translates to outside of bodybuilding or the show or whatever. It translates to your work, you're doing, like your relationships, everything. So
yeah, yeah. Even getting off of like the day after the show, really the day of the show, like when I was, my family, and we went to go to it's like a local place to eat, and even then, and then the day after, like, because I had church the next day, so like it was just weird waking up and being like,
okay, now what?
am I supposed to do something? Like, wait, I can't have that right now. I'm 1 week out, even though I'm not.
Yeah.
But so that was kind of weird, but it's also like, because I was, obviously you probably might agree, but like 2 weeks out especially was probably where I felt like
the worst.
Yeah, and I like was honestly like dreading going to the gym, even though the gym is like my love. I
going to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm kind of, afterwards it doesn't feel like a chore.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, I feel like
2 weeks out, I think, is way worse than 1 week out. Like
I agree.
Yeah. Like, peak week, like, yeah, the food kind of sucks because you're, like, depleting, your water depleting and everything like that, but you have the anticipation of the show. You're just like, oh, like, whatever. It's only 1 week out. Like, literally, like, a quote that I've been, like I said, the whole entire prep was, like, the suck only lasts so long.
Yeah.
Like, the suck only lasts so long, but, like, that second week,
oh my gosh.
Like, 2 weeks out was, like, the suck is lasting a little too long.
The brain fog and I couldn't even like talk right at my personal training job, like, and I had to take a week off, like the peak week off, because I would have never made it. But
I didn't. Yeah. I barely worked on peak week, and I was not allowed to count cash at the store. The boys were like, "No, Anna, don't."
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, really good idea.
Yeah, I know. I thought that was eye-opening to me too, but I know, I just feel like it just teaches you a lot of stuff, like the discipline, of course, too, because it's like a whole nother level of discipline.
Whole nother level.
Yeah, it's not just like, well, I gotta hit the macros for the day.
Yeah, my little thing is, I really wish people were more educated on the sport, not just like, us going on stage looking tan and stuff like that. But there's a lot of like negativity around it.
Yeah.
And like, I want to be like more open about like the whole process with everything. That's why I love doing this and everything. Because I want to put light on it.
Yeah.
Not with like OCB, but like also with MPC, with the food relationships, because, I was around, like, there's points in time that, even last prep, I was around some people that, like, when I was eating my food, like you would take your meal prep, places and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was taking my food to like movie theaters or restaurants and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
they said I had an ED disorder.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're just disciplined.
You're just disciplined. The
And
thing
there's
is,
a
like,
goal.
prep only lasts like literally 2% of your whole year. Not maybe even less than a year. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, less less than that from your off season.
And it's important.
Yeah. So, yeah, just like having like this, like, just like us, like just talking about this, just like makes me like really happy.
Yeah.
So.
Evan was telling me at the gym that like when he saw you afterwards, like eat the cookie or whatever, that he was like, I've never seen her so happy before, or he was like, that's the happiest person I've ever seen. Whatever.
Oh,
something
that cookie
to where,
was
like you were like very happy.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah, I shouted you out in the YouTube video that's going to come out with the behind the scenes of my show, but that cookie you gave me...
Did you like the cookie?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't even care, like, it was getting messy. Like
You're like, I don't care anymore. Like, just I want that cookie.
My family was like, you're already eating the
Yes.
sweets? Like, yes?
Yes, and I'm going to have a burger or whatever
Exactly,
after.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? What was your meal after?
So we went, it's called the Saluda Dam Outdoor Center, called 13 Stripes or something. So it's like by the Saluda Dam River.
I have no idea.
So, so it's only like 8 minutes away from here.
Okay, that's not bad.
In 𝐈𝐧𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐠𝐫𝐚𝐦,
Okay.
South Carolina. Everybody, if you know where that is. But anyways,
Anyways.
so I had I think it was 6 or 8 like wings, but they're not that big and juicy. They're smoked. So I had that and then some fries.
Of course.
And then they got like there's like appetizers, so like it's like a pretzel appetizer. You dip it in beer cheese and stuff. So I had some of that, but yeah. And then the next day I went to Crazy Mason.
Oh,
Did you
I've
see
heard
my
of that.
story
Yeah,
on
that
that?
looked amazing. Was it good? Or is it all...
Yeah.
I'm always scared to try those places because like it looks too good to be good.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree because I was thinking the
You're
same
like
thing.
a little Insty, Instagram-y kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I need to go there.
So before we walked in, there's a sign out front that said "Calories don't count here." I'm like, yeah,
I know
wonder.
this.
It's probably like 1 million calories.
I'm the most anabolic ever. I don't care about calories right now.
But I mean, it tasted great, but I also felt like my stomach was gonna rip open.
Oh yeah, no,
Like up top.
yeah, like literally, it's so bad, but
Yeah.
it's so worth it.
I know it was. I was like, but I think it's sick, which is good.
Yeah,
I just felt super bloated. But
yeah.
what did you eat after yours?
Well, leading up to the prep, I don't know if you know Logan, but Logan's another boy, one of
Is
my
he
boys.
at Supreme?
Yeah, he's at Spring, but he's at the Clemson location.
Okay. I don't know if I know
He's
that.
really good at like picking restaurants, and I was not mentally there like 2 weeks out, and I literally texted Logan. I was like, "Hey, you have homework to do." So it was in Charlotte, like my show, and I was like, "You are picking the best burger spot ever."
Oh, was that on your? Okay,
Yeah, so we
okay.
went to a burger spot. I forgot what it's called, honestly. But, like, we had, like, a PB&J burger with nachos, all of that. And I also had, like, those cookies after. Like, I got a crumble cookie. I had the Fat and Weird cookies that I gave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had one of them for
They're
me.
like biscuits.
So good. And then me and Brandy got, like, ice cream after. And then the day after, like, I stick to, like, kind of my meal-ish. Really hard-ish meal plan after, but then I celebrated with the boys at Sushi Kingdom. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yes, that's actually where I had the carb up.
Oh
at.
my god, it was so good. Like it's an all-you-can-eat like sushi place. Like $30, you can eat literally. I ate 7 rolls.
Oh my god!
I think like I broke like a Harrison only got like 4, and I was like, I beat.
Were they like
They're pretty decent sized rolls.
I mean the ones you got, like were they like you know how like a California roll compared to like a shrimp tempura roll?
They were like a mixture, so
Okay.
like I definitely got like one of those fried ones, and I
Yeah.
had to get crab rangoons.
Oh,
I'm a
you
crab
have
rangoon
to.
girl.
You have
Okay,
to.
I have to. They had fried Oreos too. Had a couple of those too.
Oh my gosh.
I had my stomach was so upset.
Oh, I bet.
But
It was worth it.
so worth it.
Yeah.
And the next day I got back on plan and it's totally fine. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
it.
When did you start working out again after the show?
The day after because I was so upset that I needed to do something.
Okay. Yeah.
But we literally, me and Brady just went to Planet Fitness and like literally just like did some back workout just to pump,
Yeah.
and then I really started working out like the Monday. That Monday, yeah.
Yeah, the meal prep, like, so before the show, like before I started or I wanted to do this, I was like just eating like ground turkey and rice for lunch.
Ground turkey.
Not for prep.
Oh.
For like before
Oh,
all
for
this.
before. Yeah.
So it was just boring stuff, like, because I don't know, like, I like to cook, but I also, like, if I feel like I'm not going to have enough time or I want to do other stuff, you know. So, I mean, prep helped me with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but with cooking and all
Prep
that.
made me the most, proactive, but also the most lazy at cooking. Like, I was like, air fryer, seasoning, whatever. Like,
Yeah. This time around, I'm obviously making it more yummy, but still, like, you know what I should
We have our sauces that we can use. I miss my sauces.
The no salt, no sauces were honestly.
The no salt was like it kind of sucked, but like it was a no sauce for me. I'm a
was
saucy girl. Like I love my sauce.
Yeah,
You know?
I was just so hungry that like, as long as I'm still eating, salt or no salt.
I have to ask. Every bodybuilder has done this. Did you do anything weird to your food or like do anything like to crave your hunger during prep?
I don't think so. Like, you mean additives and, like...
Just, like... Okay, I'll give you my example.
Yeah, give me an example.
So, egg whites was part of my meal plan, you know? So, I would have egg whites for my last meal. I would make it cinnamon.
I see what you're
cinnamon
saying.
egg whites. Or I would drizzle, maybe a spoonful of, like, sugar-free syrup in my mouth just to have that, like, of taste of sweetness. That's another one. I had whitefish for a lot of whitefish, so I would literally, like, crisp it up, and I would put cinnamon and Splenda on my whitefish. Okay, yes, I know that sounds disgusting, but you're mentally messed up during prep. So, like, that's what I did. Yeah. So... That was, like, one of my examples. So.
Okay. Yes. Well, okay. So, part of my prep was 7 ounces, 200 grams of egg whites and then a whole egg. Like, that was just part of the other stuff I had for breakfast. And it had to be over easy, the one egg.
Had to?
Yeah, because, like, for me.
Oh, for you. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Because I just could not eat, because I was so used to eating egg whites with, like, cheese and ham and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, that goodness. Yeah.
So, I had to have it, like...
I love over easy.
Some sort of like other texture and taste over it because
you miss the texture.
Yeah,
you miss the texture so much. Yeah, like that's why like I made my fish so crispy. It was like it's basically a chip. Like,
and then before I had to like tone it down with seasoning and stuff, and salt and all that. I would just load up the chicken with seasoning with like. I think I used a steak seasoning that I tend to use on like everything. I feel like
it's so good on
some
everything.
Chicken one.
Yeah,
but. Yeah.
That's good.
Just loaded it up.
Loaded it.
Maybe a little too much.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're here.
Yeah, we're here. We're fine. We look great.
Yeah. But, it was a good process.
That's good.
So.
Yeah. So earlier you asked me like, what did I learn? You know, and we kind of talked about like relationship with food, dedication and stuff like that. Did you like learn anything else like through this whole prep with yourself?
I felt like... So, cardio, I didn't like cardio in a sense of
I hate cardio.
I was just obsessed with lifting weights. I don't really know how to describe that any more than that. But,
that's
like,
that.
I did like doing, obviously, a warm-up walk and a cool-down walk after...
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on after leg days, I usually would like to like just do the bike for like just 10 minutes afterwards.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't like how it was for this, where I had to do, obviously my coach built me up like duration wise, but like the stair step.
You did the Stairmaster?
Yes.
Oof.
All the time. So it started with 20 minutes. And then it built...
That humbles you. Like,
it does.
So much.
It does. And it went all the way up to 40 minutes, like, as the highest I was doing it for. But that was, like, an eye-opener because I could, like, never last, like, more than 6 minutes on that thing before.
Oh, yeah. And don't ask me to do that. Walking up 3 flights of stairs to your apartment was tough for me, okay?
Yeah, that was tough during prep. Oh, my God.
I didn't even think about that.
It was very, like, I was dreading it. Every time I would look up the stairs, I'd be like... And then the first flight, I'd be out of breath, about to pass out.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but I'd say, like, that kind of stuff, like, seeing how far you can go, like, because I just didn't think I could go as far as my coach had me go, if that makes sense. So, like, kudos to him. Like, I'm just super grateful for him. His name's James. and he lives in Florida, so it was remote.
Florida man.
Yeah. So, but he was really awesome. But that, and then there was one other thing when I was talking to my mom about all this stuff. I thought I had mentioned something else that like really helped me throughout, or that was an eye opener throughout prep. But maybe just the discipline in a whole, like to the temptation of it, like. There obviously we already talked about how there's like food everywhere that you know, but people saying it's just one Tootsie Roll, it won't hurt. Yeah. So having to
oh
tell
my
them,
god,
like,
I hate it when someone's it won't hurt, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like even if it didn't hurt,
it's just the fact that I did it.
Yeah, and like one. Yeah, you did it. You went through it without like giving in to anything. And two, like I don't want that sweet tooth. No. You know. Yeah. I don't want that like before the show, because then I'm gonna be like I don't even know what I would have done.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, that was an eye opener too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. Just like pushing through in general. Like I feel like this is going to make me push through other things in life besides working out. Like just other things. Yeah. So I don't know. It was a really cool experience. That's probably why. Like another reason why. I feel like I might do it again. Yeah. Because it's almost like you kind of would need, like, I feel like we need like a refresher every now and again to do a show. Just to do a show, yeah. Yeah, like, and like, just like with you, we kind of talked about it earlier, like, I'm doing the same thing that you are. We're going to be, like, I told my new coach, like, I don't even want to think about another show until you think I'm ready. Yeah. Like, so we're going to be building for a long time. We eating. But back to what I kind of like the question I answered, asked. I forgot one thing that was actually super important to me that I learned. Actually not really learned, but rekindled that relationship. And I messaged, we kept each other accountable. Yeah. Yeah, I liked that. Yeah, we kept each other accountable, but actually it got me closer to my relationship with God. Yeah. Because without him with me and like having like him open my eyes to what happened and what was happening, again, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Yeah. You know, so with that prep particularly, like God always has a plan, especially with, even if the plan doesn't go as we want to. Yeah. Like, it's definitely, that's what I learned the most. So that's awesome. Yeah. Like I messaged you like songs and quotes and everything. Yeah, I was like, I want him. Cardio, no lie. I think it was the first time when you sent me stuff like that, and I was like, perfect timing. Yeah, you're like, I needed this. Dreading what's going on right now. Yes. Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what I learned most. I think that's cool about this whole process is like having other people that are doing it too, like you. Mm-hmm. Like, and it was really only, I mean, the one guy that did the physique division, he works at the Planet Fitness, like right up here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Jordan is his name, Jordan Hess. Mm-hmm. And he won, I think, I don't remember which categories, but yeah, he won 2 categories. I think that was it. I'm not sure. Legit. But so like I knew him, mm-hmm. but we didn't like talk as much as like you and me. Yeah. And then people I worked out with at the gym, like Jason and some others, like mm-hmm. It was cool to have them talk to, but they weren't going through what we were. So mm-hmm. it was just cool to kind of just like talk about that person. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And help throughout the process. Yes. So also, you kind of mentioned people talk to you at the gym. When did you start when did you start getting to a point where you're just like, please stop talking to me? Probably like 5 weeks out. Yeah, mine was like 4 weeks out. Yeah. It's just like, I love how like everyone is like so supportive and they want to ask so many questions. Yeah. But like we work out pretty early in the morning, so like we don't have a lot of food in us. We also don't have a lot of energy and everything like that. So people just want to talk to you. Yeah. Especially, with me and my job, and then you with your job and everything like that. That you're just like, it's a talking job. It's a very talking job. Like, you're very peopled out. Yeah. That like in the morning, I'm just like, I can't
keep talking to you. Like, I just want to get this workout done.
Yeah, and it kind of gets you out of, like, your...
little mojo.
Zone, too, that, like, you kind of need. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, there's this, there's a trainer at the Crunch. He's cool. But, like, he was even talking to me, I think it was, like, my third or fourth to last workout, before the show. And, like, I was just mentally done, but he was, like... continuing to, and he knows like the process, so I'm like kind of surprised he was still trying to talk. And there was this one point I was like trying to put my AirPod back in, and he was like, oh sorry, like you're or like you're fried, blah blah blah, I'll talk to you.
You're like, indeed I am.
I was like, yes. But yeah, that was hard too. Like I just didn't want anybody to talk to me. And that gym is friendly. So
it's
like,
so friendly,
which is great.
So friendly, but you're like, I don't want to sound mean. Like there's one time, like guy at the gym, literally love him. He's really nice. 7:00 in the morning, I was doing legs. It was like one of my last leg days. Yeah. And I was like zoning out because I was like, I really just don't want to be here. Mm-hmm. And he literally came up to me and he's like, Anna, you need to stop mean mugging. I was like,
wow, what a great thing to say.
I was like, you're right. I'll just smile.
Yeah. That was hard too. Like almost having to fake smile.
Yeah.
Like with work mainly.
Yeah, with work. Yeah. Mine was, like, with my job, like, I talk to everyone, you know? And the thing is, like, I can't put my energy out. Again, side note, the boys at the store literally saved saved me. Because if I was not feeling well, they would either send me home. They're like, Anna, eat, you know, do this, whatever you need.
That's awesome.
But when I did, like, needed to talk to people, of course, the repeats, you know, like, the people that... the regulars, they know what I'm going through, you know, they know that I'm going through prep. They're like, Anna, you're not as chipper, but we totally understand, you know, kind of thing. But the people that have never met me before, that was the part where I was like, I had to like fake smile and be like, okay, kind of like slap your face, you know, like, let's go, you know, kind of thing. So, because I don't want to like make them have a bad experience because like of what I'm choosing to do with my life, you know. I don't want to portray that to them because they came into Supreme for guidance. Yeah. You know, and like if I came off wrong or, you know, or tired or, you know, out of it, that like ruins the whole experience for them. And I didn't want that to happen. So that was very difficult for me. So
especially like deeper into prep.
Yeah.
2 weeks was the worst of trying to talk to people. And now granted, I know I already said it, but like since I took the week off for the peak week, that would have been bad too. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, I maybe worked like 5 hours on peak week. Maybe.
Yeah, the people at my job too were really like supportive.
They're so sweet. I met them for like a split second when I dropped off the cookie. Oh yeah, so sweet.
Did you meet Mike? He's the manager, gray hair, glasses.
I'm the worst at names.
That was also your peak week. So
yeah, so that was also my peak week.
Yeah, he was awesome. He came to the show too.
That's good.
But yeah,
so many people came to your show, which is actually fantastic.
I know. I was like shocked. That's also
it makes you like a little emotional.
Okay, there we go. That's another thing.
I'm a crier. Okay.
I no lie. I was in the debut and novice and open, but debut when I first walked out there. And then like obviously like you had the first like cheers of everybody's just cheering, and then it was the back double bicep is where I heard the most from like my friends and family. Yeah. And like I'm not gonna lie, like I was trying so hard not to tear up on stage, and then when I got backstage and got on my phone, like my sister had like texted me saying like you're doing like a great job or whatever. And I was like it was hard. Like I wanted to like cry just because like it all led up to that
moment.
Yeah, and it felt great. So yeah, that was pretty intense because like I think I cried one time through prep, and I say that because I wanted to cry more, but I was so depleted of energy I like couldn't. Yeah. So my last hard workout was one I did because I was like, you know, that was just hard in general. So so it just felt like, all right, that's over. Back to like felt like a chore type of thing. Yeah. So now we're getting closer and closer, but yeah, I thought I was actually gonna like cry when I saw my family after the show, but like I don't know. I mean, it was just a fun time, so that helped. But yeah, that was. Yeah.
It was different for me because my first show, I didn't have anyone out there. Like I had maybe, I knew people at the show, but like no one was there for me particularly. Yeah. This show, I had Davey, I had Logan, I had even customers from the store.
That's awesome.
You know, come and support me, even though they knew nothing about bodybuilding. They knew nothing about bodybuilding. They're like, I just want to go. And also, like, I did a live stream, you know, like, I took over the Instagram, and, like, people were, like, messaging the Insta for Supreme. And, like, it just, like, and it's just, like, an overwhelming, like, sense of, like, support for you. And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it really opened my eyes, and like, wow, like, they actually came here for me, and you're just, like, you're like, don't cry.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Yeah. I think my hearing my mom too, it reminded me of, like, baseball games, because I played baseball, like, growing up, and she's just so loud in a good way.
That's the same with my mom. Yeah.
Yeah. And
same with my mom.
It's your mom too in general. So like they're gonna, like, be very supportive. Mm-hmm. So just hearing and my family didn't, like, they don't really know about, like, competition stuff.
Same with mine.
So and like I'm not, like, shaming them for it, obviously. But, like, so just for them to just be cheering on and, like, just hearing them, because they saw me the day before. So, like, I was tanned up, but obviously I was just sucked up, you know. Mm-hmm. So, if I would flex, like, obviously I'd have muscle there. Yeah. But it wasn't, like, on stage presence. Yeah. So, I don't know, that just, it made me, like, I don't know, want to flex harder on stage. Yeah, he was like, flex harder for mom. Also, the shakes, we were all, like,
oh my God,
joking about it in backstage. It was like,
no, yeah, I remember the first time I stepped on stage, for my, like, little routine kind of thing, I was shaking so much. Yeah. Like, I was shaking so much, and I went back to, like, backstage, and people were like, Anna, you were shaking. Did you know that? I was like, I think I knew that. Like, I think I know that.
And it was annoying that you couldn't stop it.
I couldn't stop it,
you know? Trying, right?
And, like, I was trying so hard. And then this show, I didn't shake. Maybe, like, shook, like, a little bit, but, like, as soon as I saw the judge, it was like, you know? Like, I got this. Yeah. I didn't get it, but, like, I didn't shake, so. Mm-hmm.
I only, did you cramp at all? I only cramped.
Oh, my calf?
Your calf?
Cramped so bad.
I cramped right here, my forearm. Mm-hmm. From the, I guess, front double bicep is where I felt it the most. And then back double bicep, I guess. And then my middle back from just flexing that. It wasn't really a cramp, but other than that, I felt fine. I didn't sweat at all, which was great.
Oh, yeah, I didn't sweat.
Yeah.
At all.
There was one guy that was sweating, like, profusely.
You're like, I'm so sorry.
I was like, I'm sorry that your prep, you know, wasn't as great as mine. Just kidding.
Mine was perfect.
Yeah. But, no, it was fun.
Mine was, my calves were cramped because of my heels, you know?
Yeah, true. I keep forgetting you have to wear those. That's
Dude, I'm like 6 feet tall, like, in my little stripper heels, I swear. Yeah. There was one time that I was posing, and the boys were, like, working out together and stuff like that, and they saw me put on my heels. They're like, oh, my goodness, Anna. Like, so, You're tall. Yeah. I remember first time posing with my heels. I worked with Bobo, which is another, like, coach over here. He called me a stripper. Not a stripper. A trucker in heels.
A trucker in heels?
Yeah, because I was not looking good. Oh. Like, think of, like, a baby giraffe walking, and that was me. Oh, okay. So, like, I was like, you're a trucker in heels. Just, I was like, thanks. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Thanks for talking.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we'll be doing this again.
Yes.
Everybody, thank you for listening and watching as well.
Yes.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Cool.
Cut.